It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary. Dictionary. It's the dictionary. It's the dictionary.
Hello, word nerds, and welcome to the dictionary. Wow, my hair is getting high. It's so up there. I kind of like it though. I'm recording this one a little out of order. I was gonna have a guest on, and their life has gotten a little crazy, so we're just postponing that. We're gonna do a different section of words. So that's why if you do watch the video, my hair and beard might be a little bit different from the one right before and right after this one. It's all out of order, but who cares? You didn't need to know that. I know that this isn't airing for, I guess, a couple of weeks, but man, with all the news coming out, I feel like I gotta get some stuff off my chest. I gotta say some stuff. I listen to some like newsy podcasts in the mornings just to sort of be aware of what's going on, and it just gets the brain thinking about all this stuff. And it's been 2 weeks. I think today, is that right? 20? Yeah, I think today is 2 weeks since the inauguration, since we have had a change in leadership in this country. Leadership, I have to put in quotes, I guess. And the amount of stuff that has happened, the amount of terrible, negative things not helping people. Just to put it real simply, it's been mind-boggling. And I don't know how to process it. I'm trying to stay positive, I guess, wanting to do something, not knowing what to do, feeling like this is the only way that I can do anything, just saying stuff. Not that many people check this out anyway. Social media is a weird thing to put your thoughts. It does spread information to people who you know. If they're not aware of something going on and you learn about it, you can spread it and they will see it, possibly. But it's also supporting those people. It's very weird and frustrating. And I feel like we just need to come together as a world. I have had this thought for a very long time, most of my life probably. The fact that we are still so divided, country by country by country, is almost 200 countries in the world, and we're still battling heads with them and still nervous about what they're going to do. And, it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be quick. There's a lot of people. It's going to be a long time before I feel like we can get there. And I think we can get there. But I don't want it to be something catastrophic that brings the whole world together, like huge natural disasters or aliens or something. There's eventually probably going to be some reason to bring us all together, but I feel like we're smart enough where we can bring ourselves together before that happens, because it's just causing all of these political problems, economic issues. I guess there's some level of healthy competition, but I don't know how healthy this is given the current state. So I really hope that for the future. And I guess sort of connected to that, I listened to a podcast this morning about the new AI thing that came out of China, and we've been seeing this for hundreds of years, that the world is getting faster. Everything is getting faster. Technology, the rate of technology advancing is getting faster and faster. It's this exponential curve, and the speed of information because of that technology, and politically, it's all related. That's also getting faster, especially if you look back at the last couple of weeks. The amount of things that are happening is so fast, and I I guess I get worried of where is this going to go? Can humans even keep up with this? Is AI going to be the thing that allows us to make technology get past that threshold of exponential growth that humans can't even do? So AI is going to do it. Is that a good thing? Is there going to be something else that happens? There's feels like there's going to be some sort of shift. I'm sure people have been thinking about this for a long time now, futurists. I ponder, like, where is this gonna lead, and are we gonna be prepared for it? Are we gonna be able to handle it? I don't know. I feel like I'm being very pessimistic, very negative right now, and I guess my hope is that maybe it starts off that way, but that people can turn it into a positive thing, adjust, evolve, grow, and yeah. I just sometimes have to get these things off my chest. Because yeah, I wish I could also make this a little funnier. It's all very, very serious topics, but it's not funny at all, and it would go down smoother if it was a little funny. But maybe you can look at my shirt and laugh. Maybe that's not even funny. Let's talk about these words. All right. The first word in this episode is fissionable. The word fission plus able. You can say fish or fish. Fissionable. It's an adjective from 1945. The synonym is fissile or fissile, which was in the previous episode, and I have to remind myself about that one. Capable of being split. Fissionable is capable of being fissioned. That makes sense. It's specifically the number 2 definition for fissile or fissile, which is capable of undergoing fission. Yep, there it is. Fissionability. That is a noun. I mean, I guess technically I have fissionability because you could split me up, rip off my arms, rip off my head, split my body into pieces, and then also take my atoms and go pull them apart with your fingers. Let's make a sound effect. Let's go boom. Now we have the word fissiparous. This is a great word. Fissiparous. Fissiparous. Adjective from 1874. Tending to break up into parts. The synonym is the word divisive or divisive. Interesting. As in fissiparous tendencies within a political party. Oh boy, we are certainly fissiparous. There was the Civil War, whenever that was, a couple hundred years ago, less than that, and now it sort of feels like we're getting into another very divisive politically situation in this country specifically. Tending to break up into parts. This country is technically already broken up into 50 states. I think Trump would like to add on to that. He specifically has this expansionist plan, kind of. And, but we're very divisive politically. Some people feel this about supporting this political situation. Some people don't want to support this political situation. And it's dividing people, dividing family, dividing friends because of how you vote. It's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out, given what's going on. Fissiparousness. That is a noun. Fissiparousness. Ooh. Okay, let's see. This word, I think it's just from, just the breaking apart of stuff. Bump. Now we have the word fissure. You could probably also say it fissure if you wanted to. This is the first form, noun from the 14th century. Number 1, a narrow opening or crack of considerable length and depth, usually occurring from some breaking or parting. This, I think, is usually in rocks or ice. I think those are the two main things where we see these fissures. Maybe glaciers get fissures, just other big bodies of ice, and just for whatever reason, maybe it's the tension, the pressure, earthquake. What other reasons could it break apart? Tectonic plates, maybe. There in Iceland, there is a fissure of where I think like the plates are being like pulled apart, and so there's this like big, wide, sometimes very deep fissure. Okay, 2A, a natural cleft between body parts or in the substance of an organ. In the substance of an organ is a natural cleft. What natural cleft would that be? I don't know. Number 2B, a break or slit in tissue, usually at the junction of skin and mucous membrane. Well, I don't know how to process those. I mean, I think of the skin and mucous membrane. Where would that be? What is that? I don't know. Is that like where your arm meets your body and your armpit? Is that a fissure? Is your mouth, the corners of your mouth, is that a fissure? I don't know. Interesting. A natural cleft, break, or slit in tissue. Your eyes? That's sort of a break in tissue. There's other ones. Number 3. A separation or disagreement in thought or viewpoint. The synonym is schism, schism, as in the example, fissures in a political party. I feel like we could change political party to just the political situation. We got fissure. I mean, yes, I guess specifically they're talking about something that's whole that is now getting fissured. It's getting broken apart. Oh, these people don't agree with each other. They are divisive. They have a difference in thought or viewpoint, so it's breaking apart. Okay. Yeah. Well, those were some fissures, and now we got more. Bump. The second form of fissure. This one is the verb from 1656, starting with transitive, to break into fissures. Just somebody coming down with a hammer and a chisel. I'm gonna fissure this rock. I'm gonna make some fissures here. I'm gonna work for hundreds of years and make a big canyon. The synonym there is cleave. And intransitive, the synonyms are crack and divide. So this is not where something else is acting upon the thing that is cracking or dividing. This is the thing that is cracking or dividing upon itself. There's no third party coming in. No, it's doing it itself, to itself. Okay, next. Bump. We have the first form of the word fist. Fist. Noun from before the 12th century. Number 1, the hand clenched with the fingers doubled into the palm and the thumb doubled inward across the fingers. The thumb is going over the fingers. They say that if you have your thumb under the fingers, that's not a good way to punch something because you could break your thumb. You got to have it out here because you're probably punching with the knuckles over here, not so much with your thumb. You're not punching like that. I'm not, at least. If you do this, you could smash it. You don't want to smash your thumb. Okay, that is a fist. Number 2, the hand closed, as in grasping. The synonym is clutch. Number 3, the synonym is the 5th definition for the word index. And I'm not really sure about that one. Index, fist, I don't know. Let's see. This is from the Old English fist, spelled with a Y, akin to the Old High German Faust, which means fist. From the Polish word, who knows? I don't think that Polish people even know how to say this word. I'm kidding. It's Piesc. Piesz? Not sure. That doesn't say what that means, but it's probably fist. and probably from the Old English fifth, F-I-F, which means five. So you're like, these are my 5 fingers. If you have 5 fingers, you can make a fist, and that's your 5, and it became fist. Is that literally where this word came from? From the word 5? Interesting. I'm going to grab something real quick. I have grabbed my shoulder bag, which has a lot of pins on it, and one of them, let's see if we can. I mean, it won't be exactly in focus, but it's a pro-choice pin, but it has different colored skins on it, and it's made up of fists, 3 different skin colors, and actually, now that I look at it, the fists are not fully fisted. The thumbs are kind of on the side, not over the fingers. This symbol, this fist symbol, has become, I mean, for a while now, it's been a very political symbol of standing up to what you believe in, your rights, standing up to people who are maybe trying to take away those rights. And so, I don't know, it's just a really nice symbol, I think, of that. And, you know, it's been mostly certain groups of people who are using this fist symbol, but, you know, depending on the situation, I think it can be used. So I like to see it. Okay, what else about fist? Bump. We have the second form of fist. This is a transitive verb from 1607. Number 1, to grip with the fist. I guess, yeah, that's just the clutching, the grabbing. I'm going to fist it when I grab it. So if I fist my coffee mug, I have grabbed it with my hand. I've sort of made a fist. Sort of, you can see the fingers there. Okay. The synonym is handle. Yep, you're just... I handled the handle there. Fist the handle. You're handling a thing, grabbing it, and you have to squeeze your fingers to make a fist. Number 2, to clench into a fist. You're fisting your fingers into a fist. Bump. Now we have fist bump. 2 words. Noun from 1996. Is that when this is from? Interesting. I guess that seems about right. Doesn't seem like it should be older, and it doesn't seem like it should be more recent. I don't know. But fist bump. 96, I was 16. This is a gesture in which 2 people bump their fists toward each other, I guess. And the examples of why you might be doing this fist bump are for greeting or celebration. Fist bump, 2 words with a hyphen, is a verb. And, this just since 1996, fist bumps have become so much more common, so popular. And I definitely fist bump people on occasion. Ever since the pandemic, I sort of said to myself, I am not shaking hands anymore, because I don't know where those hands have been. I don't know if they're washing their hands in situations. I don't trust people. And so I said, I'm just going to fist bump people. And that quickly went out the window because I didn't, I guess, have the strength to push that or whatever. I don't know. So, but I guess I use it more in celebration. When something has happened that I think somebody else appreciates, when they've done something good, we've said something good, whatever that I agree with, I'm gonna do a little fist bump for sure. I appreciate the fist bump, and I think we need more fist bumps. Not smacking, not playing the knuckle game. Nope, just bumping in greeting and celebration. If we meet, I shall fist bump you. Just a gentle bump. We don't need to go crazy. Okay, next. Bump. The sound of fists bumping. We have a suffix, fisted. Comes at the end of a word. It means having such or so many fists. The example is tight-fisted. Oh, if you are tight-fisted, you have such or so many tight fists. Somebody who's tight-fisted, they're like always clenched and maybe high-strung, and I'm feeling so tight-fisted today. You have such or so many fists. Such a good silly phrase. Bump. Now we have fist fight. Noun from 1603. A usually spontaneous fight with bare fists. I mean, I guess you got to throw in spontaneous there, because if it wasn't spontaneous, maybe you'd have time to put on some gloves. Not the rubber gloves, the boxing gloves. Sorry, I got to go get my boxing gloves out of the car real quick. This is not spontaneous. I need to get prepared for this fight. I have never been in a fist fight. I don't plan to ever be in a fist. I plan to not be ever in a fist fight. That is not what I would like to do, especially with bare fists. I got this pretty face to uphold. I don't want it to get all messed up. No, I also don't want to hit somebody. But sometimes humans, we were like, what does that feel like? What does it feel like to punch somebody? I have never experienced that before, and I've never experienced getting punched, and I would probably rather not experience that. Please and thank you. If somebody wants to fight me, I'm going to try and talk it down with words, although I'm not very smart, so I'd probably just mess it up even more. And I'd be like, well, I want to fist fight you more, dude. Let's see. Anything else about fist fight? Bump. Fistful is next. Noun from 1611. Number 1, the synonym is handful. How much can you fit in your hand? When you clench, you make a fist. Not much once you fist it. The example is a fistful of coins. Just gonna stick my hand in the coin barrel and grab a fistful of coins. You can take home as many that you can grab in a fistful. Number 2, I mean, once you grab a thing, you're not gonna end up making a full fist. You're gonna have stuff in this space in your hand, and so you're gonna just whatever you can grab. I have little hands, so I wouldn't be able to get much. Number 2 is a considerable number or amount, as in a whole fistful of musicians. That is a quote from Thomas Lask. A whole fistful of musicians? It's just a considerable number. There were so many musicians on the stage. Oh, really, Thomas? How many musicians were there? It's a fistful. Really, Thomas? There were a fistful of musicians? You could grab this, you just grab the musicians out of the bucket and you put them on stage? Fistful of musicians. Bump. Next is fistic. F-I-S-T-I-C. Right? Yes. This is an adjective from 1806 of or relating to boxing or to fighting with the fists, as in fistic prowess. I have never heard of this. 1806. Over 200 years ago. Of relating to something relating to the fists or boxing is fistic. So fistic prowess would be very good with your fists, very good at punching. You have prowess in using your fists to punch another human being. Fistic. Okay, I mean it makes sense. Bump. That's what I wish the sound of being in a boxing match sounded like. Bump, bump, just gentle punches. Now we have fisticuffs. F-I-S-T-I-C-U-F-F-S. Noun from 1605. This is a fight with the fists. It doesn't say this, but examples would be they were in fisticuffs. They had some fisticuffs. They were doing fisticuffs when they were fighting with their fists. Once your feet get involved, then it's feeticuffs? I don't know. It's a funny word, though. Let's look at the etymology. Alternative of fisticuff, 2 words. Fisty has a Y at the end. Fisticuff, which is from fisty, which is, I guess, an alternative of fistic, which we just learned about relating to the fists, and then also cuff, whatever that means in this context. So it was fistic cuffs, kind of, became fisty. Is fisty in here? No. Fisty is not its own entry here. That is very sad. So fisticuffs became just fisticuffs. There they go again, making fisticuffs. I'm curious about the cuff situation, but whatever. Bump. Next we have fist note, one word, noun from circa 1934. Matter in a text to which attention is directed by means of an index mark. Here's that index thing again. Matter in a text to which attention is directed by means of an index mark. So are you saying, hey, go look at this thing over here? That's a fist note? I think I got to do a quick little internet search for this one. Let's see. Fist note. Fist note. It's a note or a comment in a printed text that is marked with a fist symbol to draw attention to it. The first symbol. So what is the symbol? The fist symbol. That would probably be that index one that we saw before. Found in books. Dibba-doo. I want to. Well, let's go to images and let's see what this is. I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me. Let's also look up fist. We'll see if I look up fist symbol, it's probably just going to show pictures. Yeah, it's like the Black Power fist or whatever. Now, that's not very helpful to me. That is not what I'm looking for. I like to see it, but it's not what I wanted. All right, well, that was fist note. Next is bump, fist pump. Not fist bump, fist pump. 2 words. Noun from 1981. A celebratory gesture in which the fist is raised in front of the body and then quickly and vigorously drawn back. And the example of where this might be happening or who might be doing it is a sports player. So all they do is they pump up their fist and my hand goes out of the camera, the view of the camera, but they bring it up and they bring it back down. But it has to be quickly and vigorously drawn back. So quickly and vigorously bring back your fist. I exaggerated, I think. It's just putting the fist into the air just briefly. That's what it is. Do it in any way you want. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, lots of fist bumps. Bump. Next we have fistula. Fistula. Noun from the 14th century. An abnormal passage that leads from an abscess or hollow organ or part to the organ or part to the body surface or from one hollow organ or part to another, and that may be surgically created to permit passage of fluids or secretions. Let's see. Let's look at the etymology quick. It is a Latin word. They would have said fistula, probably. It means pipe. Or also it just means fistula, which is the word itself. So it could be a naturally occurring thing where just the body sort of cleaves. There's an opening that is made from one organ or part of the body to another organ or part of the body, or out to, did it say to the surface, the body's surface? That's crazy. Or I think more than likely, the doctors are making this fistula. Maybe, I think this is where you could consider this a fistula, where if there's intestinal problems and they got to create an opening from the stomach into a bag. There's a number of names for this thing, but I think that would be a fistula because they're creating this pipe from the stomach to the surface, and then they put a thing on the outside of the body there, and then you can pop a bag onto it, and so your excrement, what was the words that they had here? Fluids or secretions go into the bag because your intestinal system isn't working correctly or for whatever reason. So you need to make a fistula in that context. All right, that's that one. Now we have, I think this is related, bump, fistulous. Fistulous, yeah, Fistulous. Adjective from the 15th century. Number 1, of relating to or having the form or nature of a fistula. Is it like a fistula, related to a fistula, similar to a fistula? It's fistulous. And number 2, hollow, like a pipe or reed. So, I guess you could say that your pipe is fistulous. Your clarinet is fistulous. I have a fistulous clarinet because it is hollow like a pipe. All right, let's move on to our last word, 2 forms, bump. Bump, bump. It's the first form of the word fit, F-I-T. This is a noun from before the 12th century. It's archaic. So this first form of fit is archaic. It is a division of a poem or song. So is it like maybe when there's a new section, a verse, a chorus, you're jumping into the new section, there's a break there. So that's a division, and that's a fit? It's archaic. I'm confused. This is from the Old English fit, akin to the Old OS. I think that might be Old Slavic. Fitia, which means division of a poem. From Old High German, Fisa, which means skein, S-K-E-I-N. And I don't know what that means, but it's probably similar to a division of a poem. All right, now we're going to go to the last word, bump, bump, bump. It's the second form of fit, adjective, from the 14th century. We got a few definitions. There is synonym information, but that is being held off until the next episode because that's what I say. So, 1A1 for fit, adjective fit. Adapted to an end or design, also suitable by nature or by art. Adapted to an end. So if you're adjusting something, changing it to fit a certain context by nature or by art. Ooh, lots of options there. Does it fit into nature? Fit into art? What is art? Anything can be art. Of course it fits in. Number 1A2. Adapted to the environment so as to be capable of surviving. This is the idea of survival of the fittest, and it doesn't mean that by being fit that you are necessarily the strongest or the best. It just means that most adapted to the specific environment to be able to survive. Number 1B, acceptable from a particular viewpoint, as of competence or morality. Acceptable from a particular viewpoint. Ooh, like, are you competent enough? Are you moral enough? Do we accept your level of competence or morality? Are you fit for this job? The synonym is proper. And the example is a movie fit for the whole family. It is dealing with subjects that anybody of any age can appreciate and accept. There are lots of movies that are not fit for the whole family. If you are trying to shelter your children from maybe gore, blood, violence, sex, language, etc., then maybe that would not be fit for the whole family. Maybe only fit for the adults of the family. Lots of movies like that. They're fun. I do think it is good, though, like wine, to, in little pieces, little bits, to get the younger people used to things like this, so they don't become as big of a deal when they're an adult. People in France, they're letting their kids drink a tiny little bit of wine so they get used to it, and then they appreciate it more. Because when you're young, you're just like a sponge and you are so adaptable to become fit. Okay, 2A is put into a suitable state. Also, make ready. The example is get the house fit for company. Oh no, our house is not fit for company. We have to change everything. We have to bring in a whole cleaning crew because we just got piles and piles of garbage everywhere. Why do we have piles of garbage? I don't know. That's just how things go. That's how we got fit. But now we got to get fit by cleaning up our garbage. Number 2B. Being in such a state as to be or seem ready to do or suffer something. As in, fair fit to cry I was. That is a quote from Brian McMahon. Brian McMahon said, fair fit to cry I was. So that means I was in a state to cry, basically. Being in such a state as to be or seem ready to do or suffer something. Just, are you ready? Are you in a mental, physical state to do something, to think something, to act something, to do whatever? You are fit for that action, I guess. We have another example. Laughing fit to burst. Laughing fit to burst. You are ready to laugh. You are laughing, so you might burst. When I have a laugh attack, I'm worried that I may burst. I'm worried that my heart might burst. Number 3, sound physically and mentally. Sound is a funny word there if you don't understand the context of how it's being used. It's like sound. Is your mind sound? Are you physically sound? Is it like well equipped, in good shape, fit? Like, yeah, like, let's explain this another way. Physically fit, I guess, would be the easiest way, which is interesting that we're sort of going back and forth between the sound and fit there. But if you know fit, then you know sound. And if you know sound, you know fit. Hello, sound. Good to meet you. The synonym is the word healthy. That's what it is. Are you mentally healthy, physically healthy? Then you are sound physically and mentally. You are physically fit, mentally fit. Am I fit? I'm all right. Fitly is an adverb. There's a phrase, fit to be tied. What does that mean? It means extremely angry or irritated. Fit to be tied. What does that mean? Where did we, how and why and where, when, who, how did we put these words together? Fit to be tied. Oh, man. I'm so fit to be tied about this political situation. I'm going to hold up my fist, do fist bumps, fist pumps, fist bump people who I agree with. Fit to be tied. That's an interesting etymology there. I don't get it. I don't know it. There's another phrase, fit to kill. It means in a striking manner, as in dressed fit to kill. Ooh, you're not going to literally kill somebody, but you are. The way you are dressed is it's in a striking manner. The way that you look is so striking to me. You're dressed fit to kill. I am rarely dressed fit to kill. I guess you can be fit to kill other things too, not just dressed. All right, let's pick a word of the episode. We had today fissionable, fissiparous, fissure, fist, fist bump, fisted, fist fight, fistful, fistic, fisticuffs, fist note, fist pump, fistula, fistulous, fit, and fit. I mean, I feel like it's got to be either fist bump or fist pump. Either one. They're similar but different. Let's pick fist bump as the word of the episode. I do appreciate a fist pump for lots of reasons, but let's do fist bump. I'm gonna fist bump you when we say hello. I'm gonna fist bump you when we're celebrating. Fist bump. Fantastic. Oh, that was one of the better ones. I'm going to tell you about a couple of movies because I can. I don't remember if I mentioned the Straight Story. I may have, but I can't remember. Let's make a little marker to say that I talked about this. David Lynch movie, his only G-rated movie. It's a true story about a guy who travels across Iowa, a lot of Iowa, to go visit his brother in Wisconsin who had a stroke, I think. And he has to travel across Iowa very slowly because he's on a tractor. And he's got a big old thing behind the tractor for the things that he needs, food and chair and stuff. And it's so good and heartwarming and beautiful. And if you've never seen it, if you thought it was too childish or slow, go give it a check. Check it out. Next is Amelia Perez, the episode that aired this morning, February 3rd. I mentioned it because the Golden Globes had just happened and I didn't know about it, and I had heard some hate about it, but it also had gotten a lot of awards, nominations, and it now has been nominated for the most Oscars this year. And it's fascinating because, at the time I was like, well, there's probably a lot of hate because it's led by women and specifically a trans woman. But the more we were reading about it, the more we realized that there were other issues that go beyond that. And I'm not going to get into those. I think that you should read them for yourself. The IMDb trivia mentions some of it. I think there's probably a lot more in other places. I think some of the hate is not warranted. Or not fully warranted. And I think some of it is like, oh yeah, I can see how that is a problem. And so, yeah, it's kind of vociferous, kind of divisive. It's fascinating that a movie that is this divisive in that way has so many Oscar nominations. It's similar to, I think they were saying it's this year's Crash. The movie Crash had a lot of people had a lot of problems with that movie, and I think it ended up winning Best Picture and some other stuff. And so it's really fascinating how that happens. And ooh, what's going on there? So you gotta make your own opinion. Read up the stuff on it. Watch the movie if you so wish. It's on Netflix. Those issues aside, there were aspects of it that I didn't particularly love, aspects I liked, and some I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And so, it's a very interesting movie that way. And it's a musical, which probably turns off a lot of people in the first place. Some of the songs I liked, some of the songs I did not. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for checking out this show, podcast, YouTube, all the stuff. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.